I've been following what's happening with Lauren Mathias, and it's honestly become something far more damaging than it ever needed to be. As someone who studies human behavior and group psychology, I see this less as drama and more as a case study in how empathy evaporates when a community becomes emotionally invested in conflict. Yes, the injunction was a lot. Even people who respect Lauren can admit it likely escalated things instead of resolving them, but the backlash that followed has been just as extreme. The endless threads, videos, and personal attacks aren't calling someone out anymore. They're a public dissection of a human being. In psychology, we talk about escalation cycles, when fear and anger feed each other until neither side can hear reason. That's exactly what's happening here. When one person feels threatened, they act defensively. When the crowd feels dismissed, it retaliates, and before long, everyone's fighting shadows instead of issues. Lauren and Dr. John Mathias brought genuine psychological insight into true crime discussions. Whether or not you agree with how they've handled recent events, their work has added depth to this space. But education and empathy don't make anyone immune to exhaustion or fear. Even the most grounded people can make reactive choices. Still, creators do carry responsibility. Filing a legal injunction and then streaming for 9 hours was bound to raise eyebrows. That criticism is fair. What's not fair is the cruelty that's followed. The online mobs, the ridicule, the obsession with tearing them down. At that point, the commentary stopped being about justice. Both sides can be wrong at once. Maybe Lauren's decision was too heavy-handed. Maybe the community's reaction has been disproportionate, and at times inhumane. The truth is rarely clean, but when accountability turns into humiliation, the moral high ground disappears. This is what I call performative morality, when people convince themselves that cruelty is justified because they believe they're doing the right thing. It's still cruelty, and it's exhausting to watch people who claim to value empathy abandon it so quickly when the target is someone they dislike. True crime at its best is about understanding human behavior, why people act the way they do, how fear distorts judgment, and how we can learn from tragedy. If the community that studies crime can't practice empathy in its own conflicts, then we're not learning anything at all. Maybe it's time to pause the pile-ons and remember, conflict resolution doesn't happen in comment sections. It happens when people stop shouting long enough to see each other as human again.